guys, it's Erica.
And Jess.
Welcome back to
Twin
Aura
Knits.
And holy cannoli, is this going to be a future-filled podcast? So let's start with what we're wearing. Jessica.
What am I wearing? I am wearing the krysten sweater.
The Easy Krysten Sweater by We Are Knitters.
Yes. It was the first sweater that I ever knit when I came back to knitting. And I watched a lot of Jessica Jones while knitting it. And it's just so comfy, and I love the sleeves that I think I'm like, new idea unlocked. You know how I love my sea glass tees?
Are you going to make a scrappy version of that?
I think so.
You could.
With like the sleeves like this, where it's like...
Oh, you mean make a sea glass tee with that kind of sleeve?
Yeah.
You could.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, because, you know, that's my jam. But I love, like, these were the first sleeves that I obviously made, because this is, like, my first sweater. But I just love the poof here and, like, the deep, like...
The cuff.
Yeah. My only thing is, I didn't know how to cast off or bind off.
Well, that's because they tell you how to bind off.
Yeah, but it's, like, not stretchy. And now I only use stretchy bind offs.
Yeah. Because
of this problem. And cast-ons. I stretchy cast on and stretchy bind off because
you don't want to be trapped in your clothes.
I don't. I mean, just the fact that this isn't stretchy, I'm like, oh. But I'm living with it. It's fine.
You're funny. All right. I'm starting off with finished objects.
Nice,
to tell you what I'm wearing.
Okay.
So this is my Sophie Scarf. I knit it for Rhinebeck out of Spun Right Round, colorway Tonic. I did the smaller size because I honestly didn't think I would get it done for Rhinebeck if I did the longer size. But I like the smaller size. I will be knitting the extra large one and the Sophie shawl.
Is that the one that Irina has? She knit the long one?
She knit the long one so she can wrap it around twice.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the way she knit hers. I have to knit one. I'm like that.
I know. I'm like, I worked so hard on them and they're a piece of art and all the patients love seeing it, so I don't know why not, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so that's the first one. The second one is I finally finished my first Raglan. I keep tapping my hands down. I finished my first Raglan from Brooklyn Tweed in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in cast iron. I got the yarn from Cast On.
Look at how cute it is.
It is one of my favorite sweaters. I don't know what took me so long to finish it. There was, I don't know why.
A mental block.
There was a mental block. There was just like other things that I wanted to get done.
I need to finish mine.
And the funny thing is that like, I love it so much. So I will tell you, when we got back from Rhinebeck, our parents got sick, then tested positive for COVID. Then we got sick and tested positive for COVID. And because we were isolating in our house, I had nothing else to do but knit.
Yeah.
So I got a lot done. I know last actual podcast, we said that we were going to do a, like, finish it for the year knit along. Well, honey, let me tell ya.
She finished a lot.
Oh, did I finish a lot? I am so excited to show you.
Like, I did not. I didn't get any knitting done.
I got so much. So like, the funny thing is like I like certain things with certain things. And when I say that, I like a good TV show to match what I'm knitting. Right. And I'm going to tell you, so you have it too. I don't know if you're into this stuff, but I sure am. On the HBO Max channel, there is a show that is on the Magnolia Network, and it is called Restoration Road with Clint something. I don't remember his name, but he is the woodworker from the Fixer Upper TV shows. And he goes around the country and he saves, him and his team, they save old barns and they take them apart from, like, I don't know, the Hudson Valley area. And they have great drone footage and all that stuff. And they're in Vermont and they're saving all these old barns and they're moving them to Waco, Texas and Utah and all sorts of different places. And they're reusing all of these old, like, timber. It's just really interesting. And I'm like, I'm knitting a sheepy sweater and, like, this is the perfect pairing. So, like, I kind of love that. I'm sorry, but that's how, like, and I was, like, in my COVID-induced, you know, whatever. Yeah, and I'm like, this is comforting right now. Watching people rebuild old cabins and knitting on my sheepy sweater. And now I wear it all the time.
Accurate.
It's one of my favorite sweaters. Do you want me to just keep going?
Yes, because I don't have any finished objects.
Okay.
Because I was working. You know, and I've been working on something else that's taking a while. Like
Jessica had Marvel Corner. This is Finished It Corner. Ooh, ooh. Okay, what do you start with first? Let's start with...
Oh, no, that's right.
Let's start with the Rhinebeck sweater.
Okay, I lied. I do have...
Do you want to start with your Rhinebeck sweater?
No, you can go first.
Okay. I finished my Rhinebeck sweater. You would have seen it in the Rhinebeck post, the Rhinebeck video, the Rhinebeck everything, but I wanted it to make an official appearance
on the podcast.
I absolutely love it.
So good.
It was it was an interesting knit. It was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie to you. Single strand mohair and bobbles was really challenging, and then just the endless ribbing, 2x2 ribbing. But I love it. My mom calls it my bizcochito sweater, which is my little cake sweater, and it is so good. I wear it all the time.
Which is really funny because no cake yarn was used in the making of that sweater.
This white yarn is Rhinebeck yarn. I got it from Sawkill Farms last year. And then this mohair is junk yarn in Malibu Barbie. And it is designed by Olga Puñado Designs. She changed her name from Handmade Closet. And I love it. It was a labor of love, but ooh, do I love it. I love it. She wears it so much.
All right. I do have a finished object if we're talking about Rhinebeck sweaters.
Yeah, show them.
I finished it.
I know. All of our sweaters are wrinkled because we wear them.
Yeah, accurate. So it's the Cowgirl crop by Marl from Knitting Ruined My Life. It is, it has beading, if you can tell by the light, the shininess of it all. I did modify the sleeves and added color work to them. Because I really liked the way my sleeves for my Sea Glass Christmas tee looked. And I really wanted like that girly-esque vibe for this because I thought it would look really nice with the colors.
It's so cute.
And I just had so much fun with it and like adding and like really playing and making it my own with adding the same color work that's on the bottom of the chart and having fun with these colors and adding beads. And I don't know, I really love it and I can't wait to wear it all the time. It was a different type of labor of love because I came up with my own pattern for the beading for the boots. And having to figure out how to knit color work plus add the bead where I wanted it was a little
precarious.
Yes. So maybe I'll do, I mentioned it last time, but maybe I'll do like a swatch of how you would do it. Not this particular pattern because it is a paid pattern, but I'll come up with like a little chart or something.
You could do a heart.
Yeah,
a star.
I'll do a star
or a horseshoe.
or a heart or clover or
a
blue moon.
horseshoe. A horseshoe with a bead would be cute.
Yeah, I would. Maybe I'll do a horseshoe pattern.
We could do lucky you.
Oh, we could. Okay, we'll do that. And I'll show you how I do that because it was a little complicated, but once you figure it out, it's really not bad. But being hunched over for like 4 hours, because every single boot needed the same treatment, was a little, I'm gonna be real honest, like once I finished all of the beading work, I'm like, I need a break. I can't do this right now. I mean, even though all I had to do was like slip for sleeves and then just work on the stockinette body, but I needed a mental break after all of the beading. But once you get the technique down, it's really not bad. That's it for me for my finished objects.
Holy crap. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I've already talked to you about this sweater. I've already talked to you about my Rhinebeck sweater. Now I'm so excited to talk to you. I know the last podcast we're like, oh, I hate to do this, but we have to. We're test knitting, blah, 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 right? We couldn't tell you, but we couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we really couldn't tell you.
But now
we can!
So I had the pleasure of test knitting the Nuage sweater for Jan from Forever Yarn in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
Me too. Mine's not done yet though.
It is going to be in the winter issue of Lina magazine, issue 16. And this is the sweater.
Look at the beautiful lace detailing.
I love this sweater.
And the little ruffles.
So the pattern is going to have options on how to end your pieces. So you can either do a ruffle, which I love, like the romantic ruffle on the collar, and I matched it on my sleeves. I thought it was super cute. I loved a ruffle. Yeah. I love a ruffle. And I loved the lace on the sleeves. So I saw a while ago, and it has a cute little puff sleeve. I just love this sweater. So cute. I did see a while ago when Aimee came out with her book Worsted. Jan had this sweater in like a hot neon pink, and I was like, oh, I like that sweater. I want to knit that sweater, and didn't think anything of it. So when she contacted us to see if we wanted to test knit for her this sweater, I was like, oh, yes, sign me up. I want to do this. Yes. I was apprehensive because I needed to stop my Rhinebeck sweater to get this done for the deadline. But after all the work I did, this was a welcomed
breath
distraction.
Of fresh air.
Yes. I will say this. It goes super quick, and Sleeve Island doesn't even exist because you keep track of your lace on the sleeves, and like it's done in like, you know, sections, and by the time you get done to the section, you're like done with your sleeve. This was so easy and so fast to knit. I like blinked and I had a sweater. I love this sweater. I keep going on and on and on. I don't have a whole lot of like full color, the same color sweater. I think these two are the only two. Is that true? Yeah, I think so. Like solid color, really, I don't want to say basic, but just more neutral, just all one color. It's not color work. It's not like crazy scrappy. It's not all over color work. I'm just looking at my stuff over there. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying like an all over color sweater, like a single color sweater. I think that's also though the reason why this one took so long is because it was the same all over. But now I am obsessed with it. I love it so much. I'm so excited. So
I'm like, can I show my?
Yes. And oh, let me start over real quick. Okay. This yarn is La Bien Aimee.
It's the nicest.
It is. I think I had Felix. Did you have Helix?
I don't know.
One of us had Felix and the other had Felix.
Like, let me look.
Helix and Felix. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I'm like, it's really nice though.
It's been a while that I finished it.
I'm so close to being done. I have Helix, so
So I had Felix and Kumo.
I have Helix and Kumo.
Look at hers. It is so cute.
I just need to finish it.
I know.
I'm so close. Maybe I won't crochet today and I'll just...
You could finish that today. Easily.
Like, what happened? Oh, this went through the lace.
I'm sorry, we're like ADD. But this yarn is so luxurious to work with. The Kumo is so soft.
I'm like, honestly,
so warm.
Look at that. I'm almost done with the one sleeve.
Yeah, you can finish it.
So I really could finish it.
Look at that. That's so cute.
I'm like, Jan helped me pick out the color, and she did such a great job because I would never normally pick out this color, but I love it. I feel like it looks very like
romantic.
Yeah, but I'm over here thinking like vampire romanticism, where it's like kind of darker. I'm sure that's probably not the way she intended it to look.
No, but it's beautiful.
I love it. Yeah, I think I've decided that I'm just gonna knit on this weekend.
You should.
And I can crochet a little bit later.
I love that so much.
I do too. I'm so close.
You are. You can finish that. We keep touching. So it's funny because Helix and Felix feel different.
Yeah, they do.
Our fabric feels different.
Yeah, Erica's feels more sturdier. Mine feels more like, I don't know if it feels, it feels lighter.
Yeah, it just feels different.
But it's so nice.
Like, I recommend if you haven't knit with this yarn yet, I know it's
so good.
I know it's pricey.
It is.
But it's so worth it. The quality is beyond. I just, after knitting this, I'm like, oh, I want everything in this.
I know. I mean, Aimee does such a great job with her colors because, like, yes, this here is pink, but if you look closer, there's like little speckles in here, so it's not just like pink, it's almost like a grungy-ish pink.
Yeah.
Which
what color is that?
I love.
My color is anemone. Anemone.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay. I love how we said that this looks romantic.
Because the color is romance.
The color is actually romance of the Helix.
Yes.
And then for the Kumo, it's called Peony Graffiti. So it's very like...
Show the yarns.
So like
That's the Helix.
This is the Helix. It's gorgeous. And like, this is the Kumo. You can see like the little speckles on it. And together, like... you come up with this.
It's so good.
Like, come on. It's so good. I'm like, and it has like a great like long ribbing that I really love.
And this goes so quick.
It does.
So when Lina comes out, this should be first on your queue.
I agree. And then knit the other sweater with the Seedale from Flying Fibers because that's on my list too. They were talking about it and showing it, and I'm like, because there's like this like cable, I don't know if it's a cable detail, but it's like,
no, it's pearls.
These pearl detailing, and I'm like, could I do that in like different colors and then have the body of the sweater a completely different color? I'm sure I could. You
want to make a color work? You want to make the pearl detail pearled color work? I mean, I'm sure you could. Because Jess doesn't like things easy. She always has to make it way harder on herself. And unnecessary.
Adding beads, fading every single row. Yeah.
All right, should I do my COVID cast-ons?
Yes.
And then sock.
Yes, and then we'll work on, then we'll do whips. And then we'll do whips. So...
this is my official first Rhinebeck finished object. And when I say first Rhinebeck finished object, this is yarn that I bought Rhinebeck weekend. Technically, I bought this at Cake Palooza. This is Fashion School Dropouts color in Vivienne Westwood Autumn Winter 1990.
Yeah.
I bought it because I was going to make another Sophie Scarf. And then I thought, Erica, that looks pretty similar to the one you're wearing right now. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you have enough to make a hat. So I made a hat.
It's so cute.
Do you see? This is like similar, but not similar, but similar enough that I did need to make another Sophie Scarf in this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Manhattan hat. I did a double folded brim.
Mm-hmm.
What else? This is Fashion School Dropout. I did the DK, the runway DK, and the something mohair. I don't remember what she calls it. Mighty Mo? I'm sorry. I don't remember. The mohair held together. And again, when I said I was sick with COVID, like I was like, I don't know what to do. Should I cast on something? Should I work on something else? I finished this entire hat just in time for blizzard weather outside.
Word.
I've already worn it a bunch of times. I have an idea of how I want to photograph these finished objects.
Snow really puts a damper on
I know,
really nice finished object photos because yikes.
That's okay. Yeah.
Just means we have to be more creative.
I know, but you'll be fine. So I did this. So
I'm like, can I try this one on?
Sure.
Yes.
Hold on. So already 1 finished object, 2 finished object, 3 finished object, 4 finished object, 5 finished object. Go ahead. And then while I was sick, I got to test knit for Jessie May.
I need one.
I tested for Jessie May, her Ripple Balaclava.
This is so cute.
Was like, you know, I've got nothing else to do but knit.
Ooh, I like this.
I know. Isn't it great?
I'm like, and your hair is longer.
Yeah. You don't even see the end of it here. It goes down to my hip bone.
I'm just thinking of how we should photograph it. Maybe that's a little too risque.
I already did the naked with the Sophie.
I know, but like, why not do a series?
I could do a series.
I'm like, maybe it's just the fact that we've watched a lot of Girls Next Door. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, this is kind of cute to like see like the hair coming down.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I feel like it's very 60s.
It is 60s.
And I freaking love it. And I need to knit one.
I love it so much. As of this recording, it had snow here. It had snowed here. So much so that I needed to
snowblow.
Help my stepdad snowblow and shovel myself out of the driveway so I could get to work. And I knit this in hedgehog fibers. I think it's Aimee. I think that's what it's called.
Really?
I don't remember what it's called. It's a hot pink color. I think it's called Aimee.
I don't think so. I think Aimee is the other one.
Which one's this one then?
I don't know.
But I also held that, it's a single ply, I'm so sorry. It's a single plied fingering weight in the bubblegum pink color from Hedgehog Fibers. And then I held it together with Surrey from Cake Wool.
Ooh.
In Pop Tart.
I have that color too.
Yeah. So it is super soft, super warm. There's something about the way that this is constructed and designed and knit that it's loose enough that it's comfortable and it can fit anybody, but it's strong enough and like knit well that it keeps your ears warm.
Yeah.
And like with the Surrey, it's originally called for mohair, but I like the feel of Surrey. It just covers your ears in a nice way where like when you have frigid temperatures and sometimes you can feel it go all the way through your eardrums and that hurts. This prevents that.
Yeah.
I know that Jackie from Katie Jacks knit a bunch of these last year, but I can totally see why, and I will be knitting a ton more.
Yeah.
But this pattern was so easy. I wore it, this is tangent. I usually don't knit for anybody else but myself. I wore this to a pole class and I put it on. We were getting ready to go and my instructor goes, "What is that?" And I looked at her and I'm like, oh, it's a balaclava. I test knit this. We were talking and she was like, can you make me one for hunting? So I will be making my dear friend Samantha one of these for when she goes hunting.
I was like, you should feel really special because Erica doesn't knit for anybody.
For nobody.
Nobody, ever.
But she's a really special person.
She is.
In my life, and I appreciate her love and her friendship. And if that's the least I can do, that is well worth it. Okay, so this is sock corner. I'm really excited. So a while ago, I was asked to test knit a pair of socks for Silvia Watts Cherry. I was able to meet the deadline by finishing one sock. And it took me up until being sick to finish the second one.
I know it went by so quickly.
I know. I now have a pair of socks. I don't know what was holding me back.
Sometimes you're in a place in your life where like it just doesn't work, right? Because you're
the first sock took me almost the entire
testing cycle.
Yes, to do it. I don't know if maybe just like I remembered how to do it better and like just remembered like how to section it off. It made it easier. But like I legit finished the second sock in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, I was also at home sick with nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And the other time I was full-time coming home from work and only being able to get one section done. But holy cannoli, was I able to get this done? And I was like, oh,
holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli. Don't they look like cannolis?
They're cute.
This is the Linksfield socks by Silvia Watts Cherry in lolabean yarn co. sock yarn in tangerine.
Yeah.
Jessica bought this yarn for me, was it last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago?
2 Christmases ago.
2 Christmases ago. And I was going to use them for socks, and I did. These were the perfect socks, though.
Yeah.
They're really cute. Listen, now that I have these bougie socks, these bougie lacy socks, I want to do a fun, like, photo shoot wearing them with my Gucci platform loafers.
Oh, yes. That'd be cute.
Right? I think they are worthy.
They totally are.
They are worthy of that.
They are.
Okay, so that's one pair of socks. The second pair of socks was the socks that I had to put on hold to knit this sock. I finally went back to it. I finished them. So these socks were an improvised pattern based off of the instructions from Molly from a Homespun House. She was doing these slip stitch socks. She did two rows. I did 4 rows of slip stitches. I used the I'm So Basic sock pattern as like the shell of it, and then I did my thing, man.
It was funny. Weren't these the ones that Gabby thought were store-bought?
Yes. So I was wearing them at Rhinebeck and at the house, and my friend, I was sitting on the couch with Yesenia and everyone, and she's like, hey, did you knit these socks? And I'm like, yeah. And Gabby was like, you can't ask her if she knit her socks. And I'm like, but I did knit them. I just thought it was funny.
She thought they were store-bought, which was funny.
Which is a pretty good compliment, I think, because that means that my work is good enough to pass for machine quality. The yarns, let me see if I remember, because it's been a while, you guys.
Okay.
This is Sunflower by Chelsea Lux. I have Hedgehog Fibers in Floam, Hedgehog Fibers Melon. I think this was called Dingo by Spun Right Round.
Okay.
And the other one is, the last color is Hard Eyes by, no, this isn't Hard Eyes. This is Let's Make Out by Stitch Together Studios.
Yeah.
I remembered.
Look at you, so proud.
I know. I was obsessed. So that's 2 pairs. And then these are also a Rhinebeck cast on. When we were there, our whole house wanted to do a like
Hocus Pocus night.
Hocus Pocus night. We had, you know, a ball winder and Swift, and we bought yarn that day or the day before. And I just wanted to cast on Rhinebeck socks with yarn I bought at Rhinebeck. So my socks are from, my yarn is from Amanda Solomon. It is the Amuck sock yarn. I thought, well, if we're going to do a Hocus Pocus night, and my friend Amanda has Hocus Pocus themed sock yarn, I should buy it to cast on Hocus Pocus socks during Hocus Pocus night. So that's what I did.
Nice.
Look at how great these are.
They're so cute. I love the lime green.
It's so fun. I thought it was going to be more burgundy because it was more burgundy in the skin, but I loved how that they turned out a little bit more green because green's my favorite color.
Yeah, so cute.
I love these. So this is her Amuck sock set. I did a little something different with the cuff. I did like a 1/4 of an inch different color on the top, and then I went in straight to the other color, and I just love them.
They're so cute. I'm like, okay, since we're all over the place, can I share my...
No, I'm done.
Okay.
We are done with finished objects.
I have a half-finished object.
It's called a whip.
Well, this one's done.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you can show that.
This one's done.
That's so good.
This one's... I need to work on my heel flap.
And gusset.
And gusset, and then my foot, and then my toe, and then I'm done. But it's gonna look like this. This is Fashion School Dropout in the Frozen Hot Chocolate colorway, or sock set, and it is the Guernsey sock by Summerly Knits. I just wanted something a little bit more complicated than just a basic sock because I do this to myself. I need to, like...
You know what, though? Those socks are out there for a reason.
Yeah, no, I know, but why do I have to knit them? I don't. Because, I was like, okay, this year I'm going to get better at brioche and cables and crochet. Check, 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 right? And so I'm like, okay, let's do this. And, like, I flew...
Like, to be fair...
I flew through, like, the heel flap and gusset, and I got to the point where all I needed to do was the foot and the toe. And then I casted on this, and then I was like, then I got distracted by my new cast, my Rhinebeck cast on, and I've only been working on that exclusively because I'm obsessed. But I can't wait to get back to it because, like, look at how nice they are.
I know.
I just think that if I do cables or anything like this again, I definitely need to go like a needle size up because I'm a tight knitter. Well, when I throw, I'm a tight knitter. When I continental knit, I'm loosey-goosey. So I think I'm going to change the way I knit just so I have more ease in my fabric so it's not Teflon.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because legit, guys, my sweaters could stop a bullet from how tight I knit. Yikes. But I just love the colors. Like, I just think they're so cute.
I love a good micro stripe.
I know, and this is so nice. And I feel like once I finish them, and now that it's like cold out with the snow, I might.
Are you gonna put your feet in the snow with the hot chocolate set?
With a hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm extra. But, so this is what it looks like in the cake. And I love it. I can't wait. So that's that. I'm almost done. I feel like I'm almost done with everything.
That's good though. Because then next time you're going to be like me. Finished object. Finished object. Finished object.
Do you have any whips or can I just continue?
Yeah, you can keep going because I do have whips. However,
last podcast I mentioned that I got into bullet journaling. This is my new exclusive knitting journal. And once I make my lists of things that I'm at, like my current whips, projects that I have yarn for, the whole 9 yards. Maybe I'll film that for you guys so you can see how I plan things to try to get them done. Because I am really going to try really hard. With the exception of the Jen Geigley knit along she's going to do for her simple sweater that she came out with again. Or like re-released. She's going to do a knit along for the weekend of Thanksgiving. And having those couple days to like really focus on like a full sweater, I think I'm going to try to challenge myself to really get that done. I'm going to plan it all here. So look out for that eventually. But guys, okay. I am fortunate enough that I work in the knitting industry-ish. So I got to spend some time interviewing Toni Lipsey. And she was talking about this specific shawl. And me being an infant knitter, or crocheter, sorry, only crocheting one project, this particular shawl intrigued me, and I was like, do you think that I could do this only knowing X, Y, and Z? And she was like, yeah, girl. So I pulled together my yarns and
it's so good.
And took advantage of the fact that some of our housemates were crocheters, and I begged them to take mercy on me and help me understand what I was doing. So I casted this on Rhinebeck, or at Rhinebeck, and I haven't looked back since. Like, this is what I've been working on every free second that I get. I have been crocheting this flat iron shawl. And I am so close to being done. I have 9 inches, or I think I have 4 inches left to knit or crochet of the this colorway, the Neon Spring in New York.
So good.
I know. So the colors that I have are this is the Ball by Passion Knits Yarn. When we went to Maryland Sheep and Wool, she was at Yarn Centric, and this was the show colorway. And Eric and I both fell in love with this. It's so good. Next, the next color is Sunset Road, and that's by Rainbow Cake Cat. She's such a cute person, and she's so sweet. And the way she dyes yarn is so cute, and like, it's super like kawaii-esque almost. And I just fell in love with this colorway, not knowing what I was going to do with it. But
it's literally the perfect transition color between this one and that one.
And the last colorway for the main body of the shawl is Neon Spring in New York by
Five Borough.
Thank you.
Five Borough Yarns.
Five Borough Yarns, my girl Lindsay. She created this color specifically for the Floxy Neon Spring event, and I died when I saw it. And then for the border, I'm going to go ahead and use Spun Right Round. I'm not quite sure what the color is because I lost the...
I don't remember what you used that for originally.
I Find My Fade.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it would be... I grabbed a few colors and I was like, Erica, what do you think should be the border? And I grabbed this on a whim, and she was like, you should use the purple. Because there is purple throughout.
Yeah.
Even in here, it's a very subtle.
It's a light speckle.
It's a light speckle. And then there's more speckling of purple here to the dark purple. And then you'll have this as the border. And I think it'll still fit the color story and the theme. So I'm really excited about that.
I just love how this feels. I can't wait till you block it.
I know, me neither. I'm like, I feel like it just looks so nice.
I know, but like this stitch definition is going to open up a little bit, and it's going to relax.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I cannot wait. And I think it's really funny because I'm a tight knitter, but I am a really loose crocheter.
No, I don't think you're a loose crocheter.
You don't think I'm a loose crocheter?
No.
I feel like...
No, this is like what everything should feel like, Jess.
Okay. I'm like, maybe it feels loose to me because like...
No, this is, I still think it's a little tight, but that's why I'm like, I can't wait for it to block out.
Yeah. But I'm having such a great time, like, this, like, I worked on this exclusively while I was sick because I worked, and then when I didn't work, I didn't have the bandwidth to knit on anything else that was complicated because I complicate everything. So the fact that it was just single crochet with, like, a simple decrease and a simple increase, like, made it so nice to work on. And I can't, I'm like, this is my first time really seeing, like, how the colors really play together, like, through a camera. So I'm like, I just think it's cool. And then I have this cute little charm to mark my right side and wrong side. It says nope. My friend Veronica got it for me last year for Valentine's Day. I don't know. But I think it's really funny because she knows me so well that she got me something that says nope. So yeah, that's it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have a lot because I've just been working on this.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah.
You're getting stuff done.
I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna get even more stuff done later.
I know. So, last time I was talking about all my shawls and all my whips. I'm like ticking them off, right? Mm-hmm. I did this sweater. I finished this sweater. That was on my list. These 2 pairs of socks to finish were on my list. This shawl. Ooh. I was like, I got 1 row done. And guess what, you guys? I literally only got one more row done from the last time I showed you. This is my What the Fade by Andrea Mowry. Mm-hmm. We did it for our
Sol Brio
Cal with
Nicole from the Time
Weaver. And we
hope to do it again next year.
Yeah. And I am on the garter portion of the shawl. Mm-hmm. I've knit this before. It's one of my most worn knits.
It is.
I think it's honestly because of the squishy brioche, mm-hmm. and it traps the air in it, and it kind of keeps it warm, so like it just insulates everything. But I just like that this is a totally different color scheme than mm-hmm. what I'm used to. I like my pinks and my blues, and this is more of like a...
It's almost like a neutral almost.
Well, we'll see. I literally did just 1 more row. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Then, because I'm trying to get everything done, and seeing everyone struggle with the twists and turns, Stephen West's new shawl, I was just like, you know what, Erica? You can do this. You can finish
your shawlography.
My shawlography. So I finished Clue 2. Officially. I did all the bobbles and everything. That took, I mean, like, I was still, like, in one of the triangles. So I did the rest of the triangles and the bobbles. And then I started on one of the wedges.
So, I forgot that your yarn is Exlibris.
Yes. So my yarn is Exlibris. She is a dyer outside of Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just quickly run through. I don't remember all the colors, but if you have a question, I will put it in the description box below.
Yeah, Erica's really good at doing show notes.
I've gotten so much better.
She's the best. I edit, she show notes.
These, just so you know,
are the same
color. These are the same color, the same dye formula, but one is on a regular white merino, and this one, the top one, is on yak. Mm-hmm. So same color, but 2 different shades. I just really like, I remember going up to her booth, falling in love with her colors and her yarn, and, like, really wanting to do this project with her yarns. And I'm still, like, the love for it is not gone. I still, like, love the yarn. I'm loving the process. I'm loving the process of all of this. The problem is that, like, I was trying to do, like, the snowball effect. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's, like, a thing in, like, I guess finance or something, where you start with the smallest one and work your way up to the bigger one. And that's, like, how you're supposed to pay off debt.
Yeah.
I decided to use that principle, but not to pay off debt, because who are we? Are we responsible? Probably not. But I decided to do...
Are we responsible? Probably not. You're going to have to cut this because Mom watches the podcast.
No, this is staying in there. I decided to use that principle to knit on my projects. So I finished the sock. I finished the other sock. Then I finished the sleeves. And I was working on this first, and I'm like, by the time I finished all of this, I could have these smaller projects finished
out of the way.
And out of the way and not on my thing. So now I can, like, I think one more thing that I haven't even looked at yet, so I'm not bringing it here, but it is my Grow With Me cardi that I still have to split for sleeves. It's okay. I'm just doing it a little at a time. But I'm like, if I finish all of this and this, the socks and this, and do that, then all I have are my shawls. And then I could, in theory, I see the finish line. It is right there. It is so close, I can taste it.
Yeah.
All I need to do is finish my shawls and then I'm done. I could be free and fresh and a monogamous knitter again next year.
Yeah.
Because I think I got more stuff done when I was more of a monogamous knitter.
Yeah, same.
Than having all of these things. However, how great is it that you can sit for, I don't know, when you're sick for a week, you can finish sock after sock after project, and, like, you get all those dopamine hits right in a row. I don't know, but then there was also that, like, not dopamine hit when I'm like, I got nothing done.
Yeah, dude.
So there's this. I am really excited about it.
It's so good.
Will tell you something. I did see our friend Sarita. She was doing a lecture, demo talk for Floxy, and she did a bunch of lookbooks of how to style your knits for the Floxy event.
Yeah. And
one of them was her Shawlography shawl. And I saw hers and I was like, why does hers look different? And we were talking about it and she said she didn't do the bottom wedges. Like at the end of the border, she didn't do that. And I almost liked that better.
Yeah, me too.
She said that she used a different border that Steven did, and it was from a different, I don't remember what it was.
Me either, but I have it, so.
Yeah, but it was like a picot bind off edge, and I just thought it looked so clean and so chic, and it almost, the way that it looked, it almost made it more elevated and not so, I don't want to say crazy because crazy isn't the word. It just didn't look so busy, and it gave more focus to, like, all of the work part that you did, all of that work that you did. And after seeing, you know, Black Panther and seeing all of those, like, Mesoamerican textiles and stuff, it almost looked like that kind of thing. And I think the wedge border kind of takes away from that. I mean, it is a beautiful shawl and it does look nice. But I just thought her version looked, I don't want to say classier, but it just looked a little more chic and a little more finished.
But that's the joy about knitting, right? Like, you can decide what you want your finished object to look like.
Right.
And Steven did a lecture for Floxy for us for our Enchanted Fairy Tale Forest, and he was like, I love when people take my designs as a jumping off point and change them, and then I get mad because it looks so much better, and I get jealous that they did something better than me.
That's good.
But that's good, right? Because that's how we all grow and learn. And I think that that's great that he really encourages us as knitters to really like take ownership of our knits and really make our knits individual to our needs and our wants and our tastes. So
I'm gonna be DMing
Sarita.
Yes, to be like, so what did you do again for the border? Because I kind of want to do that too.
Yeah. Okay.
So also, those are all like my work in progresses, but I have something else to show you. So I didn't count this in my works in progress because this was cast on more recently than all of the others that I showed you. I cast this on to have something easy to work on while I was at Rhinebeck.
Right.
You guys.
But you're almost done. All you have to do is...
I know. It's okay. I will say it in just a second. I finished all of my knitting for my Something Cozy.
Yay!
This is the Something Cozy by Shayna Billow in yarns, the Something Cozy DK by Chelsea Yarns and Rose Gold Mohair. This is the exact one from the sample that she has. So if you've been to a trunk show and you've seen it, this is it. I just saw it and you know I love my pink, so I bought it. All I have to do is seam up the sides and I am done. Weaving in ends, obviously, but that's like part of the finishing. I have played around with the idea of picking up and doing like a split hem at the bottom, or even doing, Jess and I talked about like doing like a sweatshirt band look at the bottom just to elongate the sweater. So yeah, this is it. I also wanted to finish it because I did get yarn to make the Stay Cozy, and I wanted to get that on my needles. Oh, I also have yarn from Barocco.
Oh yeah.
It is the Mochi yarn in the new navy colorway. And I am going to knit a fun sweater. But I'm going to keep that part a little secret because that is like, once I finish all of this, I will be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm also have not touched my wheel to make the yarn to do the weekender yet. But that's also on my list. Also, how can I forget the Ziggy? The Ziggy is also going to be on my list. But you know what though, Jess?
But it's happening. You're making plans and you're getting them done.
And I'm getting them done. I have to finish this. And then it's just 2 shawls and another sweater. Yeah. And the knit collage sweaters. Oh, this has nothing to do with anything, but I just thought of it now. Remember last podcast when Erica was like, Erica, you better be good. You can't do another knit collage knit along because you have so many and you haven't finished any of them since the Harley or the Flower Power Cardi or whichever one was the most recent one that was done. You should be proud of me because I did not join the knit along.
Yeah.
I was good.
So close to being bad though.
I will say this. The Modern Art Cardi almost got me. I was so close to doing it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, Erica,
you have so much other stuff to get done.
I literally cannot. I cannot. I cannot do the making turns. And thank God I didn't because, listen.
People were struggling.
If Natalie from Knitty Natty, who knits literally everything, said that one was going to make her quit,
I know. I'm
glad I didn't do it. And I'm okay that I skipped out on this knit along, knit collage knit along. It is what it is. I'm trying to be more responsible. I have literally 3 knit collage projects that need finished. And I think in order to be transparent, and not just over consume, which is easy for me to do because I get so excited about everything, I need to finish those first before I do another knit along. Yeah. I think, like, they're posting all sorts of things for Black Friday. I think if you've never done one before, they're doing all sorts of kits and they're releasing the classes with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think if you've not done one, I think you should do it. Yeah. They are so fun, even if it's not part of the knit along. The Black Friday stuff isn't part of like the knit alongs, but you do get the knit along classes that we would normally get. They're easy to follow, super easy. I am not sponsored by Knit Collage, but
no, their stuff is really great, and the fact that they have the classes that you can work with step by step every single,
literally every single
second. Yeah, every single step they have for you is really great. Yeah. That's how I did the
that's how I've learned anything that I could ever want to learn. I did short rows, I think, for the first time on my Kaleidoscope Cardi. Yep. I've done intarsia. Yep. For, like, a real intarsia. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that, my as if tea isn't real intarsia. But this was literally like a picture in a picture.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, we didn't know enough to not to know enough when we made our as if tees.
So like having to weave in all of those ends for the intarsia and learning that yarn management, like, that was a skill that they teach you. Yeah. Learning interlock on a sweater. They teach you step by step. It is so worth it if you've never done it before. Yeah. It is.
Just because we needed to step back this time around doesn't mean we don't love, like, classes and what they do in the community of the knit collage.
Also, when they opened up signups again for the creative knitters, do it. Because there is so much in that community that I have been lucky to be a part of, but also because there's so much going on everywhere else and doing all of this that I haven't really been as active in that group. But the knit alongs that they do, the accountability, if you need help, they're there. Yeah. Like, again, not sponsored. It's just stuff that, like, I am thinking about, and you know, like, I'm really proud that I didn't do it again. However, I know I will do it again. Yeah. Because I enjoy it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm glad that I took the time to, like, skip this one and really try to finish the ones that I already have. Right. Yeah, no, I get that.
Because, and then, like, I've been messaging Vanessa, who's Van Ray Knits, and I'm like, how are you storing all of your bulky knits? Because I've been keeping them in my drawers, and I need
more room.
I need more room, man, because I keep knitting, and I'm running out of knitting room. Like, I'm running out of yarn storage room, and I'm trying to make more room in my yarn storage, and that means I need more finished object room. And that means my knit collage has to go somewhere else. Yeah.
All of that to say,
I'm really excited. Like, I have a ton of projects that I'm really excited about. Yeah. Like, I had yarn for Tecumseh that I've decided to repurpose into a sheep camp sweater by
Native Knitter.
Yes. I have a ton of yarn that I was going to use. I bought yarn from Wandering Flock to make a pressed flowers shawl that I'm thinking about it, and I still want a pressed flowers shawl, but I think I want to buy a kit from Lamb and Kid because I do. So I want to use that yarn to make a Sophie shawl. I have a ton of sock yarn that I want to do at least a sock a month. Because I can, because I have that much yarn, you know, and I want to do my hashtag Operation Sock Drawer. That's the hashtag I've been following. Thank you, Knit More Girls. you know, like I just have, and then I have all of this stuff. I have a wave of change. You know, I'm trying to decide if I want to do pullover or jacket yarn that I got from Long Island Yarn and Farm. I have all of my Rhinebeck yarn.
Yeah, I know, from last year.
I have yarn that I just got from Barocco that I'm really excited to work with. I have all of these Advent yarn that are coming in.
Plus the ones that you haven't even touched.
I know.
I know.
I just have a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it, but I also am like now obsessed with all of this like worsted because this was worsted. Wait, I want to knit another one of these. I can't believe I just said that, but yeah, I want to knit another one of these.
I'm like, are you sure you want to knit another one of these? Because do you remember how hard what was it? The increasing?
I don't think it was actually that hard. I think we just were in a place that we just didn't think that it would, we just thought it would be easier than what it was. And then when it wasn't as easy as we thought,
we were like, what is this?
Yes, and then we were just frustrated because it wasn't what we thought it was.
Maybe.
I hope you were following because it makes sense, I think. But I really enjoy wearing this sweater, and it was a quick knit. Like, once you split for sleeves, like, once you split, everything was like...
I know. I feel like I should have done what I was going to do and do the sleeves first. Like, split for sleeves, knit 1.5 inches, and then go back and knit the sleeves.
Yeah.
And then go back to the body. But I did not do that.
I don't know. I will say this. These sleeves, once you got going on them, they literally took no time at all.
I know.
It took me, like... Again, I was also sick, though, so, like, time is what is time. It did take me, like, 2 days to get both of them done.
Yeah.
And then I blocked it. I have never worked with Brooklyn tweed before up until this sweater, and it was a joy. And then when I blocked it, it totally changed character, and I love it.
Yeah.
Look, and the funny thing is, we're an hour in, and we have literally nothing, like, nothing that we bought.
I know.
We're literally just talking about finished objects and like projects we're doing. Isn't that fun?
That's
I hope it's fun for you because it's fun for us. You know?
Yeah, plus this will give us a chance to like really look at our stash and create like really great color palettes and everything. So maybe we'll give you an insight on that as well, because we love playing with color. It's so much fun.
I know this is going to be like the longest podcast we've ever done.
It always is.
However, can I show my brand new book?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where my money's been going, you guys.
We've been buying books because we need patterns.
Okay.
Literally last weekend, Erica bought this book and I bought my new notebook.
I am obsessed.
I decorated with all of my friends and Barbie.
So, I lied when I said I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy any yarn.
Yeah.
I did, however, buy Lark Baggers Close Knit. And it was the only copy in town.
Yes.
I have to thank Christina from Chelsea Yarns. I saw that she posted in her stories that it got to her house. I immediately jumped off Instagram, went onto Barnes & Noble, looked to see if it was available in my store, called them like a psycho, asked them to hold it for me.
Yeah, and then we went and got it.
And then I went and I picked it up.
Yeah. It was funny. They were like, oh, this book is cool. Do you like knit or something?
I know.
And we're like decked out in knits and we're like, yeah.
I'm like, we've been waiting in this, like in the Americas, we've been waiting for English book for I feel like ever.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to get it.
And it does not disappoint.
No. So, this is, I think, is the perfect book to have for like a finish. Like once you finish all of your projects, to use all the scraps to make actual finished objects. I really like the idea of using all of your scrappy bits to make a cohesive finished object. Like, yes, I like the marling, and yes, I like the scrappy stuff, and yes, whatever, but I like the look of an actual, like, intentional finished.
I think that's why I love the sea glass tee.
Right, because it's intentional.
It's intentional. And you don't really need that much. Even if you have this much yarn, like you could have like this much in your thing and then change it to a different color and it's gonna look amazing.
But like, it's
so good.
Amazing. I just quick flip. Like, look at that. Like, I love
can I share my favorite?
Yeah. This book was so fun. This is not a review corner, but I'm reviewing this book right now. I loved it. She's just interesting. I think she's an interesting person. She's coming from knitting from a different perspective. I did spend all last weekend. This is how crazy I am sometimes. I bought the book and then I saw in her stories that she was in a show
was good.
On Danish TV. And I downloaded the Danish TV. I found the show and I watched it all weekend long. It was a show about, I just saw it. Like that?
Yeah, but there was a page where it was just
that.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, here we go. I'm like, this is what I want my bullet journal to kind of look like.
Yeah.
But obviously not this. I want to make it work for me and not just copy someone else. But this is something that we as art majors have always wanted to do and have tried doing it different ways and did art journaling. And
we've done sketchbooks and art journaling, and it's really interesting. Like, I just loved, you guys just need to get the book and read it. Or get it from your local library, ask for it. It's an interesting knitting book. It's not coming at you like a traditional knitting book. It does suggest that you kind of do know how to at least knit and purl. Because, you know, I mean, she does have like, different techniques and things already there, and that does kind of assume that you do know certain things. However, it does say, you know, like, go on YouTube, find a place that will teach you. However, it does have illustrations in here to help you as well.
Yeah.
But I just really liked it. I just wanted to share because, like,
I know. It was cool. Yeah. And the show was fun. So if you do have a Roku, download that channel and watch it because it was really cool.
Danish TV. It was interesting because from what I gathered.
Yeah, because we don't speak Danish.
Nope, not a lick. From what I've gathered, they visit a place. They go around visiting different things. Like, they were in Iceland and they visited a mill, and then they went to a designer's house, and then they went to a bar. And it seemed that while they were there, they were gathering materials to finish a certain project. And there was Lark and another woman. I think her name was Christina. And they had to make the same object.
Or similar objects.
So leg warmers, a sweater, socks,
bags,
that kind of thing. And they had only the time for the show to do it. So they had like 4 days to finish the object. But it was really interesting because although you don't understand it in terms of language, you do understand in terms of the show and tell.
Yeah.
There was one point, were they in Iceland? They were in Iceland and they were making handbags. Was it Iceland?
I think so.
And she was trying to felt it?
Yeah.
She was trying to felt this
I'm like,
bag.
at least when there is one episode where they do speak some English, so you can kind of understand that one episode a little bit. Or even
just like, I think that helped me understand the concept of the whole show.
Yeah, same.
But it was
really cool to see the perspective from like two different designers because you have Christina, who
is
a little bit more traditional, and then you have Lark, who's a little bit more of a wild card. And it's interesting to see how different they are and yet how similar they are because of the craft. So I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I would rewatch it again this weekend again.
Yeah.
Just because there is so much snow here and I don't want to go outside. And it'll just be something fun to like knit to because we've already seen it. And just kind of like relive it again.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
I don't know. Like, I've just been really interested in books lately. And I don't know. I'm just really excited about learning from other people's perspectives. Well, we've covered a lot. We've covered Girls Next Door, now Lark Bagger, and knitting, and books.
Yeah, whips, crochet.
Yeah,
a lot of things.
Corner.
Not yet.
Not today.
But hopefully soon.
I don't understand how people spin so much, so fast, so quickly. I guess if I actually sat down to do it, it would get done, like anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want it to be done, but I physically have to do it for it to get done.
That's everything.
Don't do it.
It don't get done.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we've come to the end. You can find me at Instagram at its_Jess_Vel. You can find Erica at
Waffle Belgium, and you can find us together at Twin Aura Knits on Instagram.
Yes, we will see you next time.
Same nitty time.
Same nitty channel.
Bye guys.